Yo, what's up? My name's JD or Awful. I'm gonna drop my Instagram down right here. I just really quickly wanted to go ahead and show the instrumental for one of my latest creations, one of my latest tracks. I think it'll probably drop soon. Before I show this tutorial, or not tutorial, before I show this like walkthrough, um, everybody please tag EXO Chris. I uh the Messiah with 3 eyes. I'm gonna put it right here. Tag him in the comments. Tell him to finish that verse. Otherwise, we're gonna have some issues, man. So I could drop this shit. And then also tag Johnny at Bobby Lopo 124. I'm gonna also put that in the description. Tag him and make sure he helps me out with that guitar part in the from the middle to the outro. That would be great. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and just show y'all this track. Um, I'm not gonna show the vocals, even though I've posted the vocals before. I'm not gonna show the vocals only because I want to do a whole separate video on that. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little proud of it. I'm proud of the track as a whole because it just sounds a little bit more polished than like some of the music that I've made in the past. And so, yeah, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into this. So right here, this is the full track. My computer might act slow today, but hopefully not. So I'll basically just show y'all what I started with and go from there. So I guess I'll pull up the voice memo. I had just got off work. I hadn't been to the studio in like 2 weeks. I had just got off work and I just had like this drum pattern in my mind. Where it goes crap 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 boom cap cap boom cap cap boom cap crack 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 like that. Um Let me see if I can pull it up. This might have been it. And so it sounds crazy. And so yeah, I recorded that and I was like, why do I have to wait to go to the studio? Let me just hop on my MacBook, uh, my laptop while I was at home to at least lay the foundation, which was the drums. That's what I really wanted to focus on. And then also like that bass part that I put in there was like, yeah, that's definitely gonna be part of the song. Um, so what I did was I had all of these drums right here. Uh, Damn, I probably should have had this ready already. I had all of these drums right here. Um, and this is all like it was literally just the basic like the sounds on FL Studio that you get when you load it up. Um, I didn't even care about like I added like other claps and shit. Um, but I just wanted to get like the bones of the idea that I had down. So I just did this, and I'll just play the drums right now. Yeah, that's what I had. And then I went ahead and did this. This is actually Flex, but this isn't the original. This isn't the original bass that I had. I think I had like some Floor Shakers bass or whatever. and I was like, let me just put, the notes that I want, just for when I go to the studio. I don't know when, like maybe next week or something, because I had just started a new job. I was like, whenever I get to the studio, I'll get to it, but I just need to, make sure that when I load up the project, my brain instantly is like, okay, I recognize this. Let me pick up from where I left off. And so this was the bass part that I put down, and it sounded nothing like this when I did it. Matter of fact, I'll take all the plugins I have off. Let me go ahead and delete this. And then here's it with the plugins. I wanted to have like more bass, you know what I mean? Because it was very, I don't know, there wasn't enough bass in it. And when I lowered it down an octave, it just didn't sound right. So I boosted the bass. I also cut a few of the frequencies that I didn't like. Oh, and this was for the sidechain, which it's not sidechaining. That's that's kind of odd. I might have to do some changes. Okay. And then without. So you can hear a difference for sure. And so I had that. That was all while I was at home. And the same thing with from going from the voice recording to just let me do it on the laptop. I was like, you know what, bro? What's stopping me? It was actually a Friday. Like, nothing was actually stopping me from going to the studio besides myself. And so I was like, you know what? I grabbed my keys, I put my laptop and everything in my backpack, and I went to the studio. And when I got here, my roommate was here. He was with some people. It was kind of loud and hectic. So I chilled for a little bit. But then once people started leaving and stuff, I sat down. I think they went out to smoke, and I sat down and I kind of like started fleshing out the beat. And so I started adding leads. Let me see. Yeah. It's a pretty simple lead. I just added like a whole bunch of stutters and stuff because I like that type of shit. And then on top of that, I added a whole bunch of other like one shots that I had from, what kit was that? This one right here, Adan made. And then so from that I added this one. I like that one. I like that one a lot. And it goes through the whole song. I believe that bell, it goes through the whole entire song. And I like that a lot. So, and then I added, this wasn't strings at first. This was a lead. But I ended up changing it because it was too many leads stacked. I changed it after I had finished all of this. And so I was like, it needs like something a little bit more like not digital. You know what I mean? So I added some strings. it's a little off beat, but I like it, and so I kept it. And then we've got this lead right here. Oh, and that was another thing that came like after a while was delaying this downbeat right here. I thought, especially like it, even though I did this before I did the vocals, that like accentuated the vocals a lot more. And then I added this one here. I'll solo that. Which one is that? No. And so that's everything I had at the time. I guess it would be a lot easier just to do it from the mixer. I probably should have done that the first time. And then I added like some more like little plucks. I believe this one, it's kind of crazy, but like, and it didn't start out like this, but it was one of those things where I went back and I was like, okay, I have 3 plucks pretty much doing the same exact pattern. Let me at least make one of them like different. And then this one just, it has barely any, like you can barely differentiate between the notes. And I think it has like some plugins on there. Yeah, it has a few. And then I added this one. Like I said, you can barely hear it in the song. You can hear it though, and I do like that. But I tried to make a point out of not making it like too loud, because it is kind of it doesn't really complement it. It complements it from a standpoint that's not necessarily the notes that it plays. I'll say that. And then I added this one. Oh, yeah. This one right here, I think is. Don't make fun of the way that I have like the mixer set up. But yeah, so there was 2 plucks in that track, and you could hear them going at the same time. And so this is what the entire melody sounds like. Yeah, and also like this is a little bit different from the final track, because I did export the entire instrumental and vocals apart from each other, and then did some final touches on the melody and the instrumental track as a whole. But yeah, that's what I have. And then, you know, the drums, obviously you've heard that. I guess now we'll get like more into the arrangement. There is also a section here and a section here where things switch up, and I guess we'll get that to when we get there. And then this part right here is basically this, just with a few changes. And I know also the way my arrangement is set up is like, why does he have everything in one pattern? I have no idea why. Usually I, split by channel and then have everything laid out. But on this one, like, I don't know why. I just would like go here, cut it, and then make unique, do my changes right there, and that's exactly what I did throughout the whole entire process making the song. There is a section right here. There is a section right here where I did um, some other different stuff, and I'll play that now. And I did add a few more instruments on this one as well, and that would be, no, it wasn't that one. Oh shit. So on that one I just took out a few instruments, and then I added a pattern on top, and that's everything that's new. So everything on this line right here was original, everything right here is new. And so I guess I'll show that now. New drums as well, I think. Yeah, completely new drums, which I really wanted to make it like sound cohesive but also different, right? I want it to be a completely different section in and of itself. And so yeah, that's pretty much that. And then I added another bass right here. I like this bass. Like, I really like this section. I like this section as a whole. It is pretty groovy, bouncy. But it was originally, as you can see, a part of this 808, but I just muted it, copied and pasted into another 808. This one right here. Because, and I obviously made a few changes. Because, I try to use like two 808s in one song. It doesn't always sound like that glued together, like meshed well. But on this one, I think it sounds pretty good. And then right there, hold on, let me fix it, because I think I took some of the plugins off. No, I didn't. Okay. I guess it just sounds a lot more bassy to me. Yeah, I like that. And then there's a part right here where it goes. Yeah, and I think it sounds pretty good. Let's go back to the playlist. And then there's this section right here, which I am also pretty proud of. I have been listening to a lot of different music, and somehow, some way, hardstyle ended up in my playlist, and I really wanted to do something with it. So I looked up like some hardstyle basses. I didn't really like it, so I just cut the beginning and then just did my own pattern with it on Looperman. And then this is a hardstyle melody. It didn't mesh well with the melody that I had on top, but it did offer like a good riser, and so that's what I did with it. Let me see. You just heard some raw vocals right there. Disregard whatever the hell you think you just heard. You didn't hear it. It never happened. But yeah, that's pretty much that's that's pretty much the entire beat. I guess on the outro in this video, I'll possibly put the entire beat. Who knows? Yeah, but I'm not really doing anything important right now. But yeah, so that's the whole beat. I appreciate you for watching the video. Drop a like, drop a comment if you feel like it. This is actually gonna be I might record the vocal video today, but as far as I'm concerned, this is probably gonna be my last video. Not that I've been releasing videos or recording them for that matter. This is gonna be my last video here in Houston, my last video here in this studio. I will be spending some time here, like in the future. This isn't gonna be the last of me being in Houston, but I am gonna be moving back to Dallas, and you know, going to school, staying with my pops, you know, helping them around the crib and stuff like that. But yeah, I appreciate you for tuning into the video. Like I said, please, if you feel inclined to do so, drop a like, drop a comment. All right, peace.